Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news. Something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run. A power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what we're about to discuss is nothing short of a potential game changer for the New York Giants and the entire NFC East. Rumors are swirling, as reported by none other than Adam Schefter, that the Denver Broncos are open to trading Patrick Surtain II, one of the premier cornerbacks in the league, and honestly, a player who could redefine the Giants' secondary if the deal goes through. And trust me, this isn't just idle speculation. It's about a team that's currently 3-4, struggling to find consistency on defense and looking to rebuild strategically, especially with their cap space and roster needs. Let's unpack this a little. The Broncos, sitting at 3-4, are having a tough time on defense. Their secondary is ranked 23rd in the league, allowing an average of 228 passing yards per game. That's a pretty significant number in today's pass-heavy NFL. When you analyze their roster, one thing that jumps out is their cap situation. They have around $25 million in cap space, which is decent but not unlimited. Denver has been prioritizing a rebuild, especially with the recent struggles of Bo Nix, their quarterback, whose completion percentage has dipped to just 58%. That's not exactly inspiring confidence, right? And they're also a bit skeptical about their defensive line's ability to be truly elite. Which makes sense because their run defense ranks 25th, allowing 138 yards per game. And their offensive line isn't exactly a fortress either, ranked 22nd in sacks allowed per game. Sean Payton, their head coach, is clearly focusing on youth and building for the future. He's got his eyes on players with high potential and value. And Surtain, with his age and proven track record, fits that mold perfectly. The Broncos are also eyeing other moves, like extending Quinn Miners on the offensive line, and they're willing to make bold trades to accelerate their rebuild process. The trade deadline, coming up on November 4th, is a crucial date. It's the moment when teams like Denver might pull off moves that could shake the league. Offloading Surtain, especially for a first-round pick in 2026. And here's the interesting part. A conditional pick that could turn into a first is something that makes a lot of sense for Denver's long-term plans. They want picks, cap flexibility, and players who can grow with their young core. But what about the Giants? Well, for the Giants, acquiring a player like Patrick Surtain II could be transformative. This team, currently sitting at 3-4, has been battling injuries and inconsistent performance on defense. Their pass defense is ranked 24th, allowing 242 passing yards per game, which is problematic when you're trying to compete in a division loaded with offensive firepower. The Giants need a shutdown corner, someone who can neutralize the best receivers and give their pass rush more time to get to the quarterback. That's where Surtain comes in. Now, let's talk about Surtain himself. He's an all-pro cornerback, a true shutdown artist, one of the best in the league over the past 2 seasons. Since 2022, he's accumulated 14 interceptions and 52 pass deflections, with a PFF coverage grade of 91. In 2025 alone, he's picked off 4 passes, defended 18 targets, and has been incredibly efficient, allowing only a 48% completion rate when targeted. with an EPA per target of -0.29. These numbers aren't just good. They're elite. They place him among the top cornerbacks in the league, capable of shutting down even the most talented receivers. His man-to-man coverage is outstanding, comparable to the best in the league, like Jalen Ramsey in 2023. And in the recent game against the Chiefs, he played 95% of snaps with a PFF grade of 91.4, showing he's healthy and consistently dominant. What makes SCHOEN even more appealing is his projected impact. The numbers suggest he could intercept 6 or more passes annually in a pro defense and produce above-average results with around 3.5 pass deflections per year. His presence on the field would provide a significant boost to the Giants' secondary, especially in a division that features explosive offenses like the Eagles, led by A.J. Brown, whose threat the Giants desperately need to contain. The Giants' defensive scheme, which relies heavily on man coverage, could be elevated to a whole new level with SCHOEN locking down one side of the field, freeing up other defenders to make plays. The Giants, as we know, are struggling with injuries. Their offensive line has taken hits, with Ezeudu going on IR, and that puts extra pressure on the defense to compensate. Adding a player of SCHOEN's caliber would help stabilize the secondary, especially in critical moments. It would also allow the Giants to be more aggressive in their pass rush, knowing they have a reliable coverage guy to back them up. Teams like the Cowboys with Gilmore or the Eagles with Brown are already tough enough. Adding a shutdown corner like SCHOEN could push the Giants' defense into an entirely new tier. Now, why would Denver trade such a talented player? Well, the Broncos are clearly in a rebuild mode, and Sean Payton's focus is on youth and future assets. They're not necessarily aiming for immediate playoff contention this season, especially with their current struggles, but they want to build a foundation for years to come. SCHOEN's age and his proven ability to be a game-changer make him an extremely valuable asset for a team looking to develop a competitive core. Plus, with their cap situation, trading SCHOEN for a first-round pick in 2026, potentially a conditional one that could turn into a first, gives Denver flexibility to sign other young talents or address other needs. For the Giants, this is an opportunity that might not come around again soon. They're in a position where they can make a bold move and significantly upgrade their defense. A player like SCHOEN, with his ability to neutralize top receivers, could be the piece that pushes them over the edge in their division and into the playoffs. Imagine a secondary anchored by SCHOEN, with the Giants' pass rush getting more time and space to pressure quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts and Daniel Jones, and the overall confidence of the team skyrocketing. It's not just about one player. It's about changing the narrative of the franchise, restoring confidence, and setting the stage for a deep playoff run. And let's not forget, the odds are pretty interesting too. The betting markets have already started to react, with odds of around +120,000 for SCHOEN to be a key factor in playoff shutdowns and clutch moments, dropping to +4,500 as speculation heats up. That's because SCHOEN has shown he can be a game-changing presence in the biggest moments, much like Darrelle Revis was for the Jets in 2009. His ability to lock down top receivers and create turnovers makes him a true X-factor in high-stakes games. So, all in all, we're looking at a scenario where the Giants could be on the verge of making a bold, franchise-defining move. Patrick SCHOEN too could be the catalyst for a secondary that becomes almost unbeatable. A key piece that helps the Giants finally reach their potential and challenge for division titles and Super Bowl glory. It's a high-stakes game of chess. And with the trade deadline looming, the next few days will be crucial. The Giants have the cap space, the need, and the opportunity to make a statement. Now, I want to hear from you. Giants fans, what's your take on this potential move? Do you think SCHOEN is the missing piece to turn this team into a real contender? Would you trade a future first-round pick for a player who could change the entire dynamic of your secondary? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more inside info, and all the latest news on your favorite team. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep the Giants spirit alive.